When the refugees left, there were only 6 people at Redpine Valley, and this soon became 5 when Billy the prisoner was offered to a tribute collector from the Shattered Empire. The Shattered Empire were selective in who they interacted with, but since McKay held the title of freeholder, they visited. McKay saw the benefits in holding affiliated offices in the Empire, but had no interest in it. McKay was a genie, a race that were generally delicate and dexterous, calm and resourceful. What McKay enjoyed was drafting sprawling blueprints and tinkering with her newest designs, among other things. These interests were in stark contrast to what excited her husband Shinichi. He would regale her at length about his pride in Tomoko's new faith and his desire to pursue the harmonic triad. Like the titles offered to her by the Shattered Empire, McKay could see the value in personal spirituality, but she was never really taken by it. However, that sentiment didn't stop McKay feeling guilty for condemning Billy to slavery. As midnight struck on the last day of spring, Shorty was feeling more vibrant and happier than he had done in a long time. He sat in the graveyard and drew out ancient harmonic runes, the meaning of which had been forgotten a long time ago. He felt normal again, and he was. The last of his psychite addiction had worn off, and neither his body or his mind quite remembered what his sensation of smell was even like before he lost his nose. As the days passed, Shorty found himself more naturally curious in trying new things and delving deeper into the things he already knew about. He could even find joy laying in the rain, staring at the clouds. He kept the hole where his left ear had been dry with Squirren's old cowboy hat, just like Vix had told him to. In the heavy rain, almost all would rely on their sight to use a bow, rather than smell or hearing, and this put him at odds with any of them. He still struggled to hunt a rat for practice, and Shorty was easily angered when it seemed to taunt him for it. Practice did pay off though, when he saved McKay with the bow she had crafted for him. A wolf is larger than a rat, and harder to miss. One more day of abstinence, and Vix would slip into a coma. She hadn't actually seen any of her Hussar kin ever fall victim to this, but her sluggish body was telling her that it was true. After injecting her go juice, Vix flew through the forest and marsh to retrieve a cache of synth thread from a nearby crashed cargo pod. She wondered what McKay would use it for. The following day, a stranger fell from the sky in another drop pod, and Vix nursed her back to health before the stranger went on her way. The skies on Planet Rim could not hold on to the metal transport pods for long before dropping them back to the ground. Today, the dangerous skies above were masked in a beautiful aurora that only reinforced Vix's view that everything was better when she did not abstain from her dependency. Tomoko heard gunshots in the distance, although sounds were muffled in the pantry. It was the first time she'd seen another room at Redpine Valley since she had been imprisoned. It was quite nice. That was the way of life on Planet Rim. Raiding, stealing and murdering were all fair game, but so was taking your enemy prisoner. This attack ended quickly, and when Tomoko was taken back to her room, she found a new cellmate. Vix was tending to the fractures and lacerations Cap Baz had sustained in battle. Tomoko grew up as a medical assistant and was impressed by Vix's mainly self-taught techniques. She was less impressed by Shinichi's lectures, intended to convince her to join the tribe. At least he was kind, which made up for how incredibly dull he was. Shinichi was reflecting on what the tribe had achieved. He was happy to welcome Tomoko to the tribe. The 14-year-old girl was always in a good mood that would hopefully perk up Shorty a bit. His wife, McKay, had gone out of her way to make the most of all the fertile ground she could within the hamlet walls. It was unlike a genie to have an interest in plants, and McKay was an accomplished horticulturalist. What they could not attempt at this time was pursuing and finding the harmonic triad. 3 ancient relics: the golden pendant of unity, the silver pendant of justice, and the steel pendant of order. Since he bore the responsibility of the harmonic elder, he often pondered what their ideology could accomplish. He also found himself pondering what the Order of Harmony had got wrong. The threat of nearby wolves was very real, as harmonists refused to spill their blood unprovoked. And when there was nothing left to eat, it was very demoralising to consume wolf flesh. But why? Perhaps Shinichi was just sick and tired of animals at the moment. Since Mew had left, He was the fourth to take the mantle of animal handler. He was clueless. Knowing just enough of something can give confidence. Unfortunately, confidence was not enough to save the wasted yak milk and muffalo wool. I really wasn't lying when I said we weren't going to enslave Billy, but I didn't realise that when someone came to pick him up, obviously to give him to them you have to sell him. But yeah, sorry about that one, Billy. Also, I realised in a previous episode I called the Shattered Empire the Exodus Empire. They're the Shattered Empire. And then, yeah, after this one, the colony had survived 73 days.